Let me give you an example scenario which has happened and will likely happen again. An attacker performs recon and during this identifies a solution is using open source components built by an open source development team. At this stage, there is minimum risk. The attacker compromises the source code account of one of those developers, gaining access to the open source repositories. At this stage, the risk to the users is minimal, but not so for the developer who had their account compromised. Using that compromised account, the attacker adds malicious code and saves it to the repository, committing the code. And this is where the risk increases, because at any point the code can be made available to a wider user base. The open source code, along with the malicious code, is released to the public or customers depending on the code base. The risk here is raised significantly from a compromised account to distribution of malicious software. When a user of the open source code updates their components to the latest version, the new compromised version, they too become compromised by introducing malicious code into their product. The malicious code is limited only to the attacker's imagination and can sit dormant for months or years and could target specific groups or companies or be indiscriminate. The purpose of malicious code can vary hugely, from causing embarrassment, sometimes attackers do it for attention, and the worst case could be destructive, like installing ransomware or wiping all data. And this can affect single-person development teams through to large enterprises. Everybody's at risk. Overall, this can be devastating for an organisation, either financially or reputationally, and in the worst examples can lead to complete collapse of a business altogether.